Want a little bit more insight into spiritual awakenings? Then join us while we interview the light angel Baz Porter, my mentor. Hi guys, so I thought that I'd include in here a little warning that Baz actually gave me in a reading that helped someone close to me. And so here's the real deal, I'm telling you. And I thought that it'd be good to include it in here and just say thank you, because it really helped someone that I love. So I'll give you a little insight into the psychic reading that we had.
Why don't you show me that? Right, okay. I'm trying to get clarification or something. Alright, bear with me. Does a radiator have any ringing bells with you?
A radiator?
Is it a radiator?
Radiator. Oh, is it my car? My car's pretty shonk. No?
I've been shown a radiator.
Okay. My dad's a mechanic.
Right.
He used to be. He works on the truck now.
Be careful from a car radiator. Something's going to happen with the car radiator. This is a warning. This is why I'm trying to get clarification from it.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a scalding feeling on my right arm.
Yeah.
Right, turn that way.
You know who
That's why it's your father.
Oh, okay. Shit. Okay.
That's why the connection's bringing out your father. That's why I went from your brother to your father back to your brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know where the connection came from the radiator was.
Yeah.
So it's probably your father, but just, I don't know how you're going to do it. Just tell him to keep an eye out.
Yeah, I will.
It's something to do with a radiator, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want him, it's nothing life-threatening. It's going to be an injury, a burn injury.
Okay. Can he prevent
And
it?
it's either hot or cold. Yeah, this is why you just warn him about it. I don't know how you're going to do that.
That's alright. He's pretty, And so after that, I called up my dad in the middle of the night and was pretty much like, I just got off the phone with this psychic that I just met, and he pretty much told me that something may or may not happen with a radiator with hot oil with your arm, so just be careful. And him getting this phone call in the middle of the night, I was like, okay. And then, so I messaged him. I was like, Dad, sorry if I woke you up, but I just got off the phone with the psychic and he told me to tell you that watch out for hot oil just in case you forget in the radiator. And then he said, in the morning, I'm all over it, Sam. When you are awake, call me, as that is a sign. I will explain when I talk to you. Right? If you can see that there. You can't really see it. It's not focusing. You can't really see it. That's my sister. But yes, and so pretty much he was on the road in the country driving to work, and there was a car that was pulled over, and my dad always stops and helps people because that's just in his nature. And so that day he realized, like, he remembered what I woke him up and told you about, and so he didn't stop. And he knew that it was the radiator from where the person was trying to get under the bonnet. And so, yeah, that's a little bit of insight into the psychic reading that I had with Baz. A really short snippet of it because he gave me so much more about dreams that I had, just things that no one else would have ever known, and putting it into perspective and just understanding. And So I highly recommend a reading with him if you're a little bit off track or if you're just curious to know, because it was awesome. And I thank him so much because he pretty much saved my dad's arm from being burnt for anything. So I thought that I'd include it on here just so that I could say thank you. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Movement to Love. Today we have Baz Porter on the show. He is going to be explaining to you a little bit about realm work, astral travel, dreams, past lives, you name it. It's probably up. So thank you for joining us, and we welcome the Light Angel, who is an intuitive medium, life coach, spiritual counselor, you name it, psychic. You name it, it's probably in the resume there. So we are blessed to have him. He's also mentored me a lot on this journey, and he'll check on me out of his free will and make sure that how I'm going and that I'm still on the right path and all that kind of thing. And so I admire him a lot, and I'm really grateful that he's taken the time today to be on an interview with me. So welcome, the Light Angel, and thank you for joining us, and I'm glad that love has guided you here. Okay, and welcome back to the Movement to Love. So as we said before, we have Baz Porter, the Light Angel, on with us, and he's going to explain Akashic Records for us.
Hi guys, glad to be back. Akashic Records, very simply put, it's a record of every event that has ever happened within the universe and multiverse. Now, you think of the universe being just these planets and what you see here? No, it's not. There are different dimensions, different levels. There are different gateways, portholes leading to different galaxies and different places have different events. Everything is stored in I like to call it a filing cabinet. That's the easiest way I can explain it. And everybody has access to their own Akashic records within them. It's having the knowledge of previous lives and where and events that's happened on what timeline in this 3D past. That is your Akashic records. The multiverse Akashic records are records from the multiverse that fewer people have access to, because it's their sole contract to carry out certain tasks in the multiverse. These Akashic records hold the information of everything, infinity. And to access these, you have to have different skills and different mindsets for your soul contract. Well, I think we're going to go into soul contracts.
Yeah, so you can go into soul contracts next if you like. Yeah.
Okay. Your soul contracts, very simply put, is a contract signed when you were energy or elsewhere to source, God, however you want to call him. It's an energy form, and this is a contract you entered in to learn lessons when you came back to this 3D earth. So when you get born in this 3D life, you forget all of it. You're not, very few people, not everybody, but few people, most people forget what they come here for. Most, not all, but most. And you relearn certain events because you're contracted to go through these events. Once you've learned them, you ascend. It's an ascension process. You come up to the next level. If you don't learn them, time is not straight. It's circular. And if you don't learn that lesson the first time round, it will come back round later on in your life. Different situation, could be the same situation, but either way, it will come back round for you to re-experience this because you didn't learn what you were supposed to learn the first time. You didn't fulfill your soul contract. You forgot something, you missed something. So it comes back round again. Once you learnt that part of your contract and you fulfilled that contract, it gets ticked off. You move on to the next. And that's how you ascend up through your soul contract. I call it a bucket list, easiest thing to call it. Once you've done it, it gets ticked off, ticked off, ticked off, until you get to the end. And if you complete all your tasks and learn them the first time round, you'll find that life becomes easier the further it goes down. Abundance comes in. You get your family. You get the perfect life within reason. But challenges will be set in your way to still learn. So you never stop learning throughout life. Every time you speak to somebody, you learn. Every time you encounter a situation, you're learning from it. So the learning progression will never stop. It's how high you're willing to push. You push your boundaries, how much you want to learn. But remember this, there are no limitations. The only limiting thing about this is your own perspective on it. How far are you willing to push yourself? How far are you really willing to go to find out?
That's really good advice, especially people that are experiencing a karmic kind of situation. And so would you like to explain dreams and how to use them?
Yeah, of course. Dreams, very simply put, are either warnings or events coming up, or they could be situations in your past that you're reliving subconsciously. Many books out there and YouTube videos, I'm sure, explaining what dreams are and meanings of dreams. At the end of the day, it's down to your intuition to decide what they are. Me personally, I don't remember my dreams. No, I haven't done for a very long time. But the ones I do remember are to give me a heads up of what's coming next. And I sit in meditation, I balance myself, and I think back to what the dream was. I then use my discernment to figure out the meaning behind this dream. You may not remember all the dream. You may remember bits of it, but it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You put it together and eventually you'll get the whole piece of the jigsaw. And my advice, if you're still not unsure, either go to a trusted person you know who is in the know, or research it online. Go to a trusted website, and then use your discernment from what resonates with you from that. If you still don't understand, it's because you're not meant to. It comes to you later in a form of probably a deja vu. Could be an event happening and you'll trigger something in the back of your head. I dreamt about this. I've been here before. This is your warning, or this is your guidance, if you like, not a warning. It's a guidance towards a situation. And it could be a good situation, it could be a not so good situation, but it's for you to decide that and what path you take. But bear in mind, there's no right or wrong path with it. It's just a learning. If you imagine two paths, one is a nice river walk, straight, no hills. Could choose to take that path. Sun's shining, birds are singing, but that wouldn't be a challenge, would it? On the left-hand path is an uphill, rocky path filled with clouds and rain. And it still comes to the same destination. But which experience are you going to choose? It's not right or wrong, it's at least to the same destination. It's just whatever you choose to take. Me personally, I take the rocky one every time because I like a challenge.
The universe likes tests. Did you want to explain attachments and black seeds as well?
Yeah, can do. Dark seeds or black seeds are things that can corrupt and manipulate your soul on a soul level, having a 3D output effect. It will, or can do, if you leave it for too long, manipulate you into doing things you wouldn't normally do. You won't feel yourself. You will feel very tired, drained, as if you're spaced out. You are getting angry at situations. You're feeling vulnerable. You won't feel confident. These are all signs that you have some sort of attachment. Now, they come in different stages. There's 3D ones, which are elements around you being affected by an attachment. Simple things like travel plans going wrong, people not turning up in your life when they should be, finances going wrong. They're little things. They won't be major, but still clear yourself, and you can do this part yourself. 3D side of things you can do yourself. Meditation, cut cords, balance, lots of water, crystals around you. Hematite's very good for it. Black hematite. What's the other ones?
Rose quartz, you said the last time.
Yeah, rose quartz. It's a self-love stone. Clear quartz, grounding. Formaldehyde, I can't remember off the top of my head. These are all very good to use for grounding and to keep yourself balanced. Also, good tip for you, rose quartz. If you're drinking water, put the rose quartz in the water. Please, word of warning, do not, and you know what I'm going to say, Samantha, drink quartz. Do not drink or swallow the rose quartz, like someone once said to me.
Bit of background information, had no idea about this, and he said put some quartz in your water. And I was just like, what? You want me to drink it? How do you even do that? It's like, don't fucking swallow it.
So what that does is when you're drinking the water, it's giving you the energy from inside. So it's radiating from inside out. Second attachment are spirit realm, which are a bit harder to detect. They will cause chaos in your life. Things like bobbits, they're called. I call them bobbits. And they are nasty little creatures of origins not from this realm. And they will cause absolute financial chaos. Financial, mainly. Bills won't get paid. You won't get paid from work. You won't have work. They will cause mayhem on that level. Then there's the higher level ones. Realm attachments. When people do realm work, and they're off in their sleep states and other places, going up to the realms, and they're working, and they're not paying attention to their 3D body so much, and they're spending too much time up in Never Never Land, as I call it, they sometimes bring things back with them. a lot of the time, unless you know what they are, you will not know you have one, because they will integrate with your soul. These ones will destroy your 3D life if left for too long. So if you get the warning signs, don't feel right, angry at life, short-tempered, can't concentrate, can't sleep properly, come and see somebody that has the experience behind them to, number one, know what you have, and number two, deal with it in the appropriate manner. Do not try and deal with it yourself if you do not know what you're doing. You will make a situation 10 times worse. I know, because I have had an experience with this very recently, and I was very stupid, and it took me 12.5 hours to get rid of this particular attachment. This was an ancient attachment from another realm, from a different dimension, another place. You do not find things like this in this 3D realm. They do not belong here. So I cannot stress this enough. These are dangerous beings, not things. They are beings from another realm, and they have to be taken back to where they came from. So if you do have one and you do not know how to deal with it, please contact somebody that does. Don't try and deal with this yourself. I've seen people do it. It's not funny. It's not clever. And you will end up in a worse position than you already are. So warning signs: fatigue, lack of concentration, anger, resentment to things, nothing going right. 6 things. 6.
And then go and see the light angel, and we'll put the links at the bottom. Did you want to touch on as well going up into the metaphysical realms? If you're not ready with, I guess, pharmaceuticals or drugs, that kind of thing, and also the hertz, listening to too lower hertz to raise your frequency too early on.
Yeah. I coach quite a few people, many people, and one of the common mistakes that I see is people trying to go up too fast, too soon. The chakras are based from the lower base chakra all the way up for a reason. You start at the bottom and you work your way up. It's a process. Don't try and rush it. There's no such thing as time. So don't think you're in a rush to align all your chakras all at once. Take your time, do what resonates with you. When you go up and you finally found your alignment and balance, and you're confident enough, you will subconsciously know. You'll be happy, you'll be in a good vibration, you'll be attracting things into your life, using the law of attraction appropriately and correctly. This is when you start to ascend and go up and do realm work, if it's your soul contract to do so. If it's not, you will not do it. It's as simple as that. When you go up, you've also got to come back down. Your 3D body is here for a reason. When you're going into meditations, at least twice a week, do a grounding meditation, at least, and do cord cutting. Everybody you meet, you'll have an energetic cord with. Realize it or not, this is what happens. Don't need it, gets cut. If you find yourself again tired, fatigued, it probably means you've got a cord like a spider's webs, and they're coming out from everywhere. Go back to your ground meditation, go back to your root chakra meditation, realign yourself, and start again. The more you do this, practice this, the more effortlessly it comes. And it'll just become natural practice. When you cord cut, you'll come into a system. When you ground, you'll go to bed grounding. When you wake up in the morning, you'll ground. When you're up in the realms, you probably won't remember what you've been doing. I do, that's my soul contract, and I'm doing other work down here as well for the above. So I come down knowing what I've done, or most of it, so I can implement things down here as well. But that's my soul contract. I don't speak about what I do in the realms. What happens in the realms stays in the realms. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Simple as that. But I've learned over the past years of doing this that my method that I personally do works for me. I can teach that method, but it's whether it works for you. You will find your own way of doing things that suits you better. If it serves you, use it. If it doesn't serve you, try something else. Seek advice. It's a learning curve. So it doesn't work, tried it, no, not for me. Does work, move forward. You've got something that works for you. When you go up, you'll find sometimes just before you actually go to the realm, whatever realm you're going to, you have a quick look around and you'll see your body asleep, laying there. That is a good indication that you've fully activated and are subconsciously and consciously aware of your light body. It doesn't mean you're going to go off to Never Never Land or visit Egypt or Antarctica because you want to, all right? And you probably won't remember it if you do. It's just your subconscious self telling you, I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and you're turning around to make sure your 3D body is safe. When you're up, the guides, your archangels, guides, spirit guides, whatever you want to call them, will be protecting your vessel. There'll be a part of you still there, because your light body isn't the only part. There are many parts. So there'll be people and your guides watching over, and you'll ask them before you leave. Guides, spirit guides, archangels, please watch over my vessel while I go and do other work. They are there for your protection, and they always will be for your protection, for your highest good. Now, it's not unheard of for somebody to jump in your body to do other work, if that is your soul contract. If you've signed that over to someone else to come and do this, it's fine. Your guides will allow them in. Your guides will not allow, on any circumstances, anything else in that vessel. So don't ever worry about other things popping in, messing about with you, and then buggering off. It doesn't work like that. Your guides will always protect you. They're there to serve your highest good.
Yeah, fully protected by love. And did you want to touch on, in case people are taking psychedelics or anything like that, what will happen?
Right. A lot of people seem to think it's a common notion at the moment.
Especially ayahuasca.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a clearing system. It gets you connection. Drugs on any form, situation, or manner, in my opinion, do not serve you in the long term, because you're damaging your 3D body. The Indians and the Aborigines, I believe, used to use it every now and again, once a month, to get a better connection with their ancestors. They didn't use it all the time because they found if you use it all the time, the connection stops. It's just broken because you're so used to it. What's happening over recent, and I have seen it on a number of occasions, is people are smoking, they're taking psychedelics, LSD, ayahuasca, and they're doing this ayahuasca thing more and more often to try and chase that high again. If you're chasing something, you're chasing out of ego, not out of unconditional love. This isn't your soul contract. Your connection is a gift. What is given can therefore be taken away. So my personal advice to anybody doing drugs on a regular basis for the benefit of getting a connection, stop. Long-term use of this will not serve you. Point blank, it will not serve you long-term. It will damage your body. You'll get paranoia. Things will start to go wrong. You'll lose people in your life. All these 4 or 5 signs are key indications you're going too far. Come back to balance, detox, drink water, take a chill pill, sit in a corner, relax, stop doing them. That's my personal opinion, and if you wish to carry on with it, up to you. I'm not going to influence that in any way. It's your journey, it's your learning curve. I can't tell you to stop. I can advise, but I can't tell you.
Yeah.
It's your journey, not mine.